That Christmas, God treated himself to a new coat. Till then, he'd not really been dressed for visiting. He'd nothing dull enough to wear. Quite early, he had come to realize his appearance didn't put people at ease. Even the very first ones were nervous. When he took an afternoon stroll round the garden, they would run and hide. And when he showed someone around, he had to admit their reactions were hardly reassuring. He saw it was a little difficult to be wholly relaxed in the presence of a host with dazzling white hair, emerald eyes, and a tongue like a sword, seated on a blazing throne, guarded by 4 six-winged living creatures and 24 elders chanting incessantly. Polite, yes, but probably not relaxed. Likely to slop tea onto the chocolate digestives. So he took to meeting just a trusted few in places carefully arranged, a mountain or a desert away from crowds. He made them build a tent for conferences with heavily restricted access. When he spoke, he found the quiet voices worked best. Eventually, it became easier just to send a messenger. Of course, people were still startled when a shining creature several meters high materialized in their living rooms, like something from the Starship Enterprise. But they did their job, and angels don't have feelings you can hurt. He learned that people were more comfortable with their own kind. Pleased when you showed an interest, of course, but when the boss from the top floor drops by, the conversation's always stilted and both sides are relieved after he's gone. So, when the time came for the business that had to be done, he went incognito. Dressing down for the occasion, he chose skin. Not suede or leather, only skin. Close-fitting, durable, anonymous, adaptable. No special style or color. Skin was his lifetime companion. He nursed the scabs of childhood games on his knees and elbows. He felt the ligaments inside it, the muscles stretch when he extended himself. He fingered the calluses made by a workman's tools on his palms. He came to know skin from the inside. He knew the pleasant shock of cold water splashed across his face in the midday heat. He knew the touch of cool parchment unrolling beneath his fingertips, the dryness of his mouth as he prepared to read what was written there about him. He noticed skin harden under feet that walked long distances. After sleepless nights, he felt it hang in folds beneath his eyes. When he was most tired, it felt almost detached from him, a loose sack keeping him warm. Once, when he thought he had their confidence enough, he gave 3 of them a glimpse of his real appearance. They were terrified, and he never risked it again. He saw skin made repulsive by disease, and healed it. He saw Lazarus walking and felt a ripple of gooseflesh on his spine. He knew the feel of an animal's rough back between his thighs and breezes from waving branches. When anger sluiced blood to the surface of the skin, he felt his face flush red. He watched how liquids trickled over it. He could tell the different tensions of tears and ointment as they ran down his cheeks and beard. He washed skin carefully, not just his own, but others. He saw how it protected them, the tiny beads of water dripping from their feet into his bowl. He knelt on dew-drenched grass and felt his cloak cling round his legs, his burning forehead prickled with cold drops of fear. He felt how, when whipped repeatedly, skin disintegrates, and the soft flesh underneath is plowed up like a bright red field. He knew then how necessary it had been. Skin had dulled the pain of being a man, and kept the parts together long enough. Now it was time to shed it. It was torn in strips from his back, gouged out of the palms of his hands, and pierced so that fluids would spill out more easily. At the end, he saw it was no more than a ripped bag bursting with offal, cut down and wrapped like meat to put into cold storage. It was finished. But what would happen next, even he did not exactly know. But he had watched creatures discard their coats in preparation for something. He was ready for a new and different skin.